Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Second video of the day. Today I'm gonna cover Exos Heroes once again, and I'm gonna ask you, what would you replace if you don't have FC Rachel, the specific awakening character FC Rachel? What you guys think, and what will you guys replace it with? And without further ado, let's go. Alright, so before I actually give you my top 5 characters that can replace Rachel, let's go through a bit more in depth in the character itself, because there are 2 types of Rachel. Number 1, okay, this is the awakening character. It has all what Rachel's have, basically his passive and everything, with just 2 additional skills, which is the Harbinger of Awakening, which inflicts Mark of Revenge. If you guys can't see this, I will put a screenshot of the skill itself somewhere in the screen. So basically, inflicts Mark of Revenge to the enemy that kill an ally. This buff is removed when the target of Mark of Revenge is killed or damaged by the Harbinger of Awakening, and activates the awakening effects of all allies with awakening skill. Alright, but this awakening skill is very good on FC Rachel because it buffs its own critical hit by 360%, maybe all numbers, I'm not sure. So decrease block by 180 and increase speed by 25, and gains damage immunity for 4 turns when health is below 30%. So this is a good buff of FC Rachel because he's one of the best DPS in the game, very good buffer and a very good support unit in terms of giving them more attack and everything like that. And the reason why I say is because of this ability, which is called Silent Slash, which gives all allies 50% attack and hit, and also increase their speed by 20 for 10 turns. It's a bit very OP instead of a Scarlet, which gives 50% attack boost for 9 turns. 10 turns is much more. I mean, I can last longer with just 1 more turn. So this is why FC Rachel is very useful or even deadly on the field when it comes to PvP because of his skills. So you know what could replace FC Rachel? Alright, so with that out, so who to use if you don't have FC Rachel? The next best character, Basic Rachel. So Basic Rachel basically has all his normal skills except for the awakening skills and also the Harbinger of Awakening. He still has his Silent Slash, which give 50% attack and hit, and also increase their speed by 20. And also this Hearten, he is known as the best attack when it comes to the physical characters, and he has the highest attack among all physical characters. Even Root Zeon can't win him unless you buff him so high with and all that. So this Hearten is one of the good useful ones because this Hearten actually gives enemies who has lesser attack than him 50% or decrease dodge by 50 and decrease defense by 20%, which is very useful. He has counter and also flow of mana every permanently gain in the back row. So, and he's also one of the 5 generals. When I say generals, I mean Garth, Rachel, Battery, Shufak, Jinai, which is also one of the best characters, I would say, except for Jinai. I'm not so sure about it. So if you don't have FC Rachel, you pull a normal Rachel. Please don't be sad because he is still very useful. Of course, I will prefer FC Rachel because of the awakening skill, but Rachel himself is already good enough to actually maintain in the PvP line, because I've seen normal Rachels in PvP and they managed to kill my units very easily as FC Rachel. Doesn't have to be awesome fake core to actually to be good, you know. I'm using a normal battery, so I don't have to have FC battery to have a good team in my lineup. So Rachel, normal Rachel is enough for you to replace FC Rachel. So it's a bit hard to actually go to the next one, but I would recommend these two without a doubt. Alright, let's go to the next one. Next one, I will recommend the samurai himself, Rudley. Rudley is one of the best nukers or the best attackers in the game. Physical wise, he has a very good burst skill. He's one of the best nukers in the game, which I recommend him if you have like a very hard time to bring down the dragon shields. He's like the best nuker in the game because he can 7 stack dragon blood, kill someone with just a little bit of health left. Easy. So why I recommend Rudley is because that he has counter 3, same as what Rachel has. He has the same lightnings. Both of his attacks are all single targets, but the only thing is that Rachel has 525 for his last attack and it's a burst, okay, but Rudley has 750% damage, which is just slightly more than what you have than the Rachel, because Rachel has the first skill or the second skill is 525, but it's a burst skill, and for Rudley is 750. That's why he's one of the best nukers in the game when it comes to single targets. And if you have FC Rudley, of course you will get even more passive. Like for example, I think you hit a enemy unit, they will get silence or something like that. Don't quote me on that because I'm not so sure, because I don't own a FC Rudley myself. So it's really good, but FC Rudley goes well with Garth, this old man over here, which looks like an old elf. Alright, so they have this FC Garth has this passive command called Command, or passive skill named Command, but it grants barriers of 70% of his own health to another ally if marked with command for 13 turns when hit or whatsoever. Yeah, so it's very useful. He's a very good support unit and all that, but you need Garth to be there. Usually I don't put Garth, and you can see I don't have Garth yet, but seriously consider to replace FC Rachel with Rudley, because he is a very good nuker in the game. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Alright, the next one I'm going to mention my boy Baraka. Baraka is an assassin unit. I would say that he's one of the best units in the game. Everybody loves Baraka just because how chill he is, but that's my opinion. I won't say that he's the best character to replace Rachel per se, but he has an FC also, which is actually 2 FCs. One is a dragon unit, a blue fake core, and a black fake core, which is a awakening unit or awakening character. So basically I will talk about FC Baraka later, but I'm going to talk about Baraka first. So the reason why Baraka is good to replace Rachel is because of his Madman Fury and also his Assassin Art, I think, both. So both his character, let's say if you don't have FC Rachel, alright, if you have normal Rachel in your team, you can easily bring down a character with 425 damage to one enemy. And the sad part is not a burst. If it's a burst, it will be very good. Steals 1 mana from a target and grants 2 mana to back row ally if the target is disheartened. That's the only sad part about this character, is because that you need Rachel to be present. If you have Rachel, why would you use Baraka? You know, like it's kind of sad, but you can use him to actually partner with our dear FC Annie, that gives him much more critical and attack speed, and gives him to go like the first round, and he can actually kill anyone who is being targeted by him, and we find that 25 damage on one enemy, it's easy to bring down like some of the Dragon Bloods like Anna, or maybe Ramji, or maybe even I would say Maggie. So it's very useful. He is one of the best dodgers in the game, so consider using him because he is a good unit, a good assassin, a good and also he's useful when it comes to finishing the job. Final hit 3 attacks if enemy takes damage, and his health drops to 10% or less, and if he does, he gets 1 mana. So it's a win-win situation. And Baraka, so I'm gonna talk about FC Baraka. So this is FC Baraka. As you can see, Harbinger Awakening, same thing, inflicts mark of revenge on enemy and kill and life buff, blah blah blah, bing bada boom. So the Awakening skill, alright, we are here for the Awakening skill. So if you have FC Baraka in the Black Fake Core version, alright, it will grant the character heal over time, and it heals 25% of attack every turn, increase attack speed by 25%, and gains damage immunity for 4 turns when the health is at below 30%, which is very good and useful. In my opinion, Baraka is very squishy, so 25% of attack from an enemy, it's kind of like a quarter of the attack, hopefully doesn't kill him. So he is kind of like a sub-ability kind of character, which is very useful. So if you have FC Rachel, you don't have normal Rachel, you do have Radley, you can use FC Baraka. But if you don't have FC Baraka, you just use normal Baraka, because it's still useful, to be honest, because he is very good in PvP. A lot of people are using him for PvP to nuke single characters, so he is one of the best. So guys, do consider using him. Right, off to the next one. Let's go. Alright, so basically the next character, I say too much basically. So the next character is gonna be Brook. Alright, so if you're using Brook and you know how strong he is, you don't see a lot of people using Brook in PvP, but I saw one of my men called Dreadnought. He used Brook, FC Brook, to be honest, for his PvP, and he is on fire with that character, and he is very good with that with it, and he is damn strong, to be honest. He can actually crits for days and everything like that. I mean, he's a counter 2. Counter upon taking damage, gains 1 mana if the target dies. So with his first attack skill is actually single target is 240 damage to 1 enemy, and Furious Rush actually gives you 420 damage to 1 enemy, and it's a burst unit or burst ability. But you can increase all his passive and also his skills. Excuse me. And his skills with unleashed potential, which if you see Furious Rush, it will give you 525% instead of 420, and also 300% instead of the 240 that you got. And also his counter will increase to counter 3, gains 1 mana if the target dies, and if gains 1 mana if the target health is more than 70%. So this is one of the best units, I would say, and to replace FC Rachel, you know, if you really want to have someone to deal damage, and yeah, you have a fierce guy over here that looks so damn good. He looks like, you know, Beast from Beauty and the Beast. So next one, it's gonna be my own personal favorite. You will know who. If you follow my account, you should know who she is. So without further ado, okay, this is one more unit that I will recommend to replace Rachel. Alright, Karina, my bae, my sexy elf looking, dark skin, blade wielding, whatever you call it, frisbee looking with braids for hairs, and she's damn hot. I don't know why. I just love her so to death. Final Hit 2, not as good as Final Hit 3, but still finish the job when it comes. And also she has Shining Boomerang, which deals 180 damage to one enemy and turn resets if the enemy dies, same as what Baraka has. I forgot to mention about Assassin's Art, but it's okay, you guys should know about that. And Chain Slicer. Okay, the reason why it's right now is 1050. It used to be, I think, was 840 if I'm not wrong, because I unleashed her potential. If you can see, no, it didn't see. So I unleashed her potential because she is a staple to me, because I feel that she is very useful. She is a very good high damage dealer when it comes to when the enemy is broken whatsoever. But the sad part about her is that it's not a burst skill, and it's one of a good amount of damage, like 1050 with no burst attack. It's kind of sad, but still, when let's say if the enemy is broken, she can really take care of the enemies very very fast with just a slice of this FT skill. So the last one is a good recommendation, to be honest, because one thing, she is a good character. She has been used in PvP before. I've seen her before. So if you guys know who she is, maybe comment down below at this point in time. If it's correct, you say it's correct, you know, then good for you, man. You won a good prize whatsoever. Maybe you can like and subscribe right now. Alright, so let's go to the next. Alright, so the last character that I really recommend to use if you do have Rachel, to have a physical damage character which is so OP and all that, and all that good stuff, is actually Astarte. Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce it then, but it's called Astarte. Okay, first thing first, she has counter 2, better than to have counter 3. Spinning attack, which is 420 damage to one enemy, which is very very decent. And also her last attack is actually Reckless Scratching, which is 840 damage to one enemy, and it's a burst. This is why I wish that my Karina had this ability, because if you decide to fully unleash her with 300 Zs, her burst skill becomes 10,050 with burst damage. Imagine that. She's practically the highest damage dealer in the game with unleashed potential. I don't know why nobody know about this. Nobody really use her, because of her passive. It's just a counter passive. If she has these abilities that can counter any kind of thing, and then it's very useful. But she is gonna be a threat if she has her own FC. So seriously, she has more damage than what any of the characters that are in the game right now. She has burst damage, and plus she's nature. She can gain mana if your like your characters or your enemies have like lesser than 30% health, which is kind of OP if you think about it, you know. So honestly, I feel that Astarte is one of the best replacement when it comes to physical damage. And if you guys are looking for a replacement, then Astarte is one of the best to put in her lineup. She is very very good in dealing damage. I've never used her personally, but I got a 6-star out of her from the dog creation. I don't know which one was it. So, and I'm planning to invest on her because she's already 6-star, and maybe put some, I don't know, like fatal gear and all that. But as long as I have a good character in hand, I will just change up and everything. Maybe a bit of change up meta a bit here and there. So maybe she could even replace Rudley. Like seriously, she could even replace Rudley, to be honest, because I feel that she has the potential to be one of the best damage dealers in the game. Yeah, I mean, burst damage with 1050 percent damage. I don't understand why not a lot of people are using her. Like literally, like, you know, I saw a few people that use her, but the normal PvP players are not even using her. Maybe I should start using, then people start using it. Alright, so anyways, that's all I would say. So those are the characters that I recommend to replace FC Rachel. Alright, FC Rachel is one of the best characters in the game, and that last one was a very good one. I feel that she needs a bit of attention for now, from me actually. So if you guys like this video, you know, don't forget to like and subscribe, because, you know, a like and a subscribe does do wonders to the channel. I'll try my best to give good content, and pardon my English. I think if you guys don't understand my English, I'm so sorry. I do like to stutter once in a while, and or all the while. So if you guys enjoyed the content, I will really appreciate you guys doing that. If you know, click that button. And other than that, I mean, I'm gonna say that, you know, I'm enjoying this game all this while. So I'm gonna give a next video. It's more, I think the next video is gonna be a bit how to actually team up your PvP team. So with that out of the way, this is Zero. Till the next video, peace.